What is poppin', squad? It's your boy Jesimein. Today, your boy had some manhunt gameplay with the bros. You know what I'm saying? Some light. Patch 1.82 is actually pretty fun, man. It does take a little bit more skill versus last patch. So, anyways, getting into what we're going to talk about today, and that's the Division 2 PvP. So, I'm sorry if anybody thought that this was actual Division 2 PvP. I've already stated before, we don't have any information on that. We only have bits and pieces. I'm still like recovering from E3. Your boy's kind of tired, but I played enough of the game to feel where it would be at. I'm not saying that I know what it's going to be like. They can completely change it, but as far as the mechanics of the game and how the game feels as far as time to kill and the weaponry and the specializations, I can firmly say some things that I'm pretty sure are going to transfer over to PvP. So first things first, what do I think is going to be the main change for PvP? And this is going to suck for a lot of people who enjoy it, but this run and gun chicken dance in front of somebody's face meta, if you want to call it, that's gone. I can say that with 100% certainty, not just because of one major change, which is the med kit that you have to press and hold pretty much in cover for it to take effect, but just for the fact that as far as I've seen, they made it so that cover is actually the most viable thing to use. And I know everybody says, well, NPCs are different than players, but if you want to think about it like this. NPCs are less deadly than players. They don't rush, you know what I'm saying, and it's already dangerous to be out of cover. So imagine if you're a player in a game where it's meant to be covered and you're rushing in front of somebody and you can't quick heal. I'm pretty sure by playing the game and seeing how they built it, the 15 heals on one build, med kit, recovery link, plus support station, plus regular heal, I doubt that that's going to be the case with this game in PvP. They kind of focused it where you play your role and you play how it's supposed to be, right? Cover is going to be our best friend, so the whole flow of PvP is going to change. Yes, some of us are like, well, that's what we love about Division, but I mean, you got to realize, man, we don't use cover in PvP in Division 1, right? So when we play like this, as you can see, like, look at me, dude. I'm not going to be able to do this in the next game. Just sit up here and face tank because I know I have crazy amounts of stamina. I have 15 heals going on. Like, just think about a striker build, for instance. If I pop a defib plus a med kit plus a support station, plus I have the striker heal, plus I have a recovery link if I do get super low health. I mean, look at all the confidence you have. Or if you have Nomad, where you have your procs and you have your heal always going up. There's a lot of things like that in this game that kind of made us feel like we can run in front of somebody's face and do the whole strafe thing. Yes, you can strafe in the PvP, which I feel, unless they change it just for PvP, strafing is going to be a thing, but does it really matter if people are playing cover? I feel cover is going to be the main thing, and I have no problem with it. People are going to be upset about it because, you know, they like the fact that it's a running gun type game. But I just feel off of how much they put emphasis on that this is also a cover shooter, they kind of wanted to transcribe that into the new game, and I think they did a fantastic job. One of my main questions was how they're going to make cover viable, and I learned my lesson right after I said that sentence when I tried rushing an NPC. So I'm pretty sure that players are going to be able to hit just as hard. It's going to be way faster time to kill, more tactical fights, you know what I'm saying? Pop in, pop out, rush, finish, however the case may be. What is this going to do for PvP though? This is going to make reviving people more dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a team fight and you try to rush to get that kill, it's going to make that, you know, that scenario more dangerous. It's going to make dealing with people who are in the middle of NPCs, like let's say there's NPCs behind you and you have to take cover from them, but a team is pushing you. It's going to change that atmosphere. The fact that you have to be out of combat for your health to regen is going to be a really big thing, especially because of the armor bar. I'm not sure about the skills. I'm not sure about how impactful they're going to be, but just by looking at the initial skills like the hive and stuff, they do really specific things, and I feel like if those specific things apply to PvP, it's going to be super tactical, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be this run in front of people and expect to just tank everything while putting out a million DPS. That's not going to be the case anymore. This is going to be kind of like an action chess game, where you have to synergize with your teammates. You have to really think out your pushes and your engagements, and I think that is what Division was supposed to be initially, but obviously due to the way people played it, that wasn't the case. And you guys know, the moment I touched that game and I hopped on and I played, I tried my best to try to emulate Division 1, right? I tried the strafing. I tried to see the pop shotting. I tried to see everything I could to get PvP without getting it. You know what I'm saying? They already told us that they're not going to tell us much. They're still, they're still holding that from us, and it hurts. But I mean, it's for good reason. They want to make sure it's right this time. They're taking their time, baby steps. And I think because of that, you're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy the new type of PvP. It's going to definitely be slower paced, only because the game is a lot smoother and more precise, right? So a lot of people have been asking me, they're saying, well, how does it feel compared to Division 1? Okay, I'm going to literally tell you, it's like riding a bike. So if you play Division 1, you're going to feel and you're going to be good at Division 2. The people who don't play Division are going to have way more hard of a time compared to the people who have played Division 1 transferring to Division 2. I think the problem that's going to be is the people who have the stable mindset of like, okay, I'm not going to transfer my mindset over, right? I'm going to expect Division 1 gameplay just polished, right? That's not the case. I promise you the game feels a lot different as far as mechanics, but it does have the same feel as far as movement. It's the same general like I don't know how to really say it without sounding like like completely like left with it, but I think it is the Division's movement system, just a lot smoother, which ultimately makes it slower, because what makes strafe good is because you go left right instantly, right? In Division 2, it's more smooth curve, you know what I'm saying? Instead of left right left right left right, it's kind of like left curve, right curve, left curve, right curve. It's still a strafe, it still looks like a strafe, but it's not as choppy as the Division 1 would be, where you can just quick change direction more quickly. It's more realistic in that regard. So as far as that, you have that to look forward to. Expect that. I mean, people are going to strafe regardless. People are going to try to do whatever they can, but I think they did a really good job trying to eliminate some of the things that they didn't want to transfer over from PvP into the Division 2. And you can just tell just by the core gameplay. You don't even have to be in the dark zone of Division 2 to be able to know this. Just by looking at the gameplay, you can see how different everything looks. You can see how the damage scales differently. And yes, it may bug some people that you die really fast, but everybody get used to it. You'll kind of have that mindset where you know, if you want to be more tanky. And remember, we only saw what they gave us. We don't know how the builds are going to change that time to kill, if there's going to be dedicated people with like armor. We don't know this kind of stuff until we actually get our hands on the game or on the beta. So as far as we know, you know what I'm saying, there could be some people who can't get out of cover without getting shredded, just like there's glass cannons, and there might be people who can literally do what you do in Division 1, run in front of people, take aggro, you know, put out damage. Maybe you can have some kind of armor where they have to break your weak point. We don't know, but for the most part, I can pretty much tell you guys, for the most part, it is the same. It's going to be the same PvP, despite these three major changes, and that's going to be, one, you're not going to be able to run and gun all the time. I don't care what you're running, they designed the game like that. Two, people are so used to the super fast, instantaneous, left and right, sharp gameplay. That's not gonna be the case. It's way more slow pace, way more smoother, and way more precise in the fact that you actually have to think about what you're doing. You have time to react in that, and the fact that the med kit change. The med kit change is possibly the biggest thing, because that's what people use the most. If you were to take med kits out of the Division 1, the whole game would be different, right? A lot of people get these burst heals with I forgot the name of it, critical save, and they get these crazy amounts of resistance, and they get to run around and do whatever they do. Yeah, that is not going to be the case. You're going to have to take cover. You're going to have to pop that med kit, and you're going to have to, push with your team and do what you do. Everything is going to be team orientated. I don't know how it's going to work solo. I'm really curious about that, actually. But for the most part, they really put emphasis on team play, and I'm pretty sure that's what's going to carry over. So if you have a squad that you trust with your life, man, you guys need to practice playing with cover, practice pushing together, practice synergizing, because that's what's going to make you a beast in Division 2. And that's what you're going to have to expect when this game comes out, when you see that armor bar get stripped and you get three tapped with an SMG. We don't know how it's going to work, but just for the most part, just expect less health and play that way. Play cautious and play smart. And I think that's what's going to differentiate whether you're going to be really, really good in PvP or not. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's kind of like I know it's super small and super short, but that's kind of my thought process on Division 2, and I hope to see you guys in it, man. Practice cover, bro. Practice cover. The Division 2's on its way, and hopefully we'll enjoy it, man. But once again, cover. that is going to be your best friend in Division 2. I promise. Mark my words. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been real. Your boy is out.